It's not you, it's them. For most part of my life, I assumed that everything that people said about me had to mean something about who I was. Whether it was a comment about my looks, my personality, or even my life decisions, I took it personally. I believed that if someone said something about me, then there had to be some truth behind it. But it wasn't just people's words. Even the silence, even an unanswered message, the way someone looked at me, somehow my mind would always find a way to make it about me. Looking back now, I think that that way of living is just exhausting and not sustainable at all. I used to hear a lot people say things like, don't take things personally, or just stop caring about what other people say. And honestly, it's a beautiful idea, but it's much harder to do than it sounds. A few months ago, I finally read a book that had been on my reading list for a very long time. It's called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's a very short book, and I think that most people could read it in just a day. One of the ideas that stayed with me the most is the second agreement. Don't take anything personally. According to the book, everything people say is filtered through their own way of seeing the world. So basically, their opinions don't come from an objective truth. They come from their own experiences, beliefs, traumas, weaknesses, strengths, etc. It's almost like everyone is looking at the world through their own unique pair of glasses. So, for example, when someone says something about you, they are not really describing you, they're just describing how they see you through their own perspective. And for me, that really helped me to see the world in a much healthier way. So now, when someone says something about me, I can stop, reflect, I can think, and say, okay, this person has this opinion about me or my life, but I know who I am, so it doesn't really define me. It doesn't have to have an impact on my life. And that's how other people's opinions are now losing power. They don't have the same power they used to have. I honestly think that if we understood this when we were children, many of us would grow up with much healthier self esteem. We wouldn't let every opinion define us. It wouldn't matter if that opinion came from a parent, a brother, a grandparent, a teacher, or whoever. This is something I'm still trying to apply in my own life because for so long I let other people's opinions to influence my life, influence my decisions. A lot of times I stopped myself from doing things I wanted to do because I was afraid of what other people might say. But I think that as we grow older, we become wiser and we realize that living in that way is just not worthy anymore. Little by little, we start choosing to live more authentically. We choose to do the things that we really want to do. We start designing our life the way we want to live our life. We start following our passions. We start trying things even when we don't have the support of other people. We start to build a life that really satisfies us instead of living a life that might make other people happy. The book also says that Living by these agreements isn't easy, but it isn't impossible. It is just something that takes patience and continued repetition, just like building any other habit. Every morning we can choose to remind ourselves, today I'm not going to take things personally. And maybe someone will still say something that hurts, and we might feel that little sting. But then we can remind ourselves of this idea and keep going. And little by little, it gets easier. I hope that this video helps you understand this principle a little better and you can put it into practice into your life. Because, like I said, I think it's a very important thing to learn. And if you have children around you, then this is really a nice thing to teach them. And if you are interested in reading the book, I will leave a link in the description below so you can check it out. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye. Take care.